Oh my God, did anybody saw this coming? Arsenal just dropped one of the highest quality performance that I've ever seen from an English side in the Champions League. I'm a Manchester United fan, but this quality of football Arsenal just produced, I have not seen that from an English side in a very, very, very long time. Arsenal destroyed, tormented, chewed. Real Madrid 4 minutes, one to the last minute. Real Madrid couldn't cope with the intensity. Arsenal wanted it more. Real Madrid had no answers to Arsenal passing lane, Arsenal intensity, Arsenal movement of the ball, Arsenal running. Real Madrid, Real Madrid had no answer to whatever Arsenal put out today. It was a quality, great performance from Arsenal, and I give it to them. My second team is Real Madrid. I'm a Manchester United fan. Most Manchester United fans, we support Real Madrid, because of the history of Cristiano Ronaldo. But all Manchester United fans, I know 99.9% want Real Madrid to win this game because we know how Arsenal do talk. But today, Arsenal really did spoke and spoke well. At Emirates, they produced something spectacular. That football they played today, whoo! Bah, Declan Rice, bro. Listen, Arsenal, listen, Arteta, you will have to give West Ham another 100 million for Declan Rice. Another one. How DJ Khaled says it, another one. You need to give another 100 million. Or just kind of like give West Ham tips. You know how they call it tips in America, I don't know, in the Western world, or anywhere in the world. They call it tips, right? Anywhere in the world, they call it tips. Arsenal, you need to give West Ham tips, bro. You need to give them some tips, which means, extra like 30, 40. If you can't give them 100,000, give them like 30, 40,000 to say thank you. Declan Rice played the best football of his life today. Those free kicks, listen, I held my head like this, bro. The quality of those two free kicks to beat Courtois. Courtois had no answer. The quality of those two free kicks, I have not seen them also in football in a long time. Bro, Arsenal did shook the world, bro. The world actually was like, what are we witnessing? Any football fan that saw this coming, raise your hand up and I'll give you $100. Nobody saw this quality. Nobody saw this coming. We all knew Real Madrid have not been playing well for a very, very long time. Fact. We all knew that. But when it comes to Champions League, Real Madrid owns the Champions League. Real Madrid dominates the Champions League. Real Madrid always find answers to the Champions League. Real Madrid might not find answers in La Liga, in Copa del Rey, but when it comes to Champions League, they will find the right answers. They're playing with a different spirit in the Champions League. But today at the Emirates, Arsenal humbled them. Woo! Arsenal slapped the shit out of them today. Arsenal told them to sit down. That is unbelievable, bro. I love Real Madrid. I'm a Manchester United fan. I love Real Madrid, my second team. But Real Madrid today is the worst I've ever seen Real Madrid play in forever since I've been watching Real Madrid. It hasn't been this bad. Arsenal play Real Madrid like they were playing Leicester, like they were playing what's it called? Leicester, Eastpeak, lower teams in the Premier League or lower teams in the Champions League, in Championship. Like Real Madrid looked so ordinary today. The Galacticos was not the Galacticos today. It's unbelievable. But part of it goes to, part of the blame or the major chunk of the blame will go to Ancelotti. Ancelotti, if you're listening, you disappointed me today. I know Real Madrid have not been playing well, but you took away that confidence from them. How can you make them to play like that? The reason why Real Madrid play like that was because Ancelotti. What are you trying to do? A counter-attacking team, low block, and counter-attack with Mbappe and Vinny. He played the 4-4-2 formation. What are you trying to do? Also resting, benching Frank Garcia for Alaba. Alaba had no answers. And you see why you played Alaba was because of Saka. And Saka destroyed Alaba. Saka was unstoppable today. He was running past 2, 3, 4 players. Saka was unbelievable. He could have played Frank Garcia, but he played Alaba. Alaba had been struggling. Was out for over a year. And Alaba has been calamity since he came back. But you chose experience instead of skill or attacking, right or left fullback or left fullback, I would say. You chose an experience in Alaba just to see how he could nullify Saka. But Saka was not nullified. Saka cost you problem. What's up with the 4-3-3? What is the 4-4-2? What is the counter? Why? 4-3-3 against Arsenal. Play you attacking football. You have the attacking players to hurt Arsenal. Today, Mbappe was 0. Vini was 0. Rodrigo was 0. Jude Bellingham was nowhere to be found. Jude Bellingham was defending. Offensively, Jude Bellingham is so good. You have these 4 players that could torment and destroy any team, attacking wise. That will send every fullback or that will disturb or distract or make every defender uncomfortable. You have those players. What was happening today? Timber was woo. Martin Skellis was woo. Saliba, nothing. No, but you have these players. They kept going. Arsenal fullback kept bombarding Real Madrid. Nobody was pushing Arsenal fullback backward. They keep going forward because what? Mbappe, Rodrigo, and Vini was in their own half defending. And Arsenal fullbacks were like, let's go. But Real Madrid have the players that could actually destabilize any defense. But you decided to do what? To play a counter-attacking team. And what happened? You paid for it. Personally, in my own opinion, I think it's high time Ancelotti leaves, bro. You could just see, Ancelotti was exposed today. The Real Madrid team was exposed today. No tactics at all. No football tactics. Ancelotti has lost it. I know Florentino Perez will be thinking about, I think Ancelotti, you're getting too old, bro. Football has left you. That's the fact. What Real Madrid have been depending all through for the past 3-4 months, individual brilliance and luck. And today there was no individual brilliance and luck. They could have been, they could have crashed out of what's it called, of Copa del Rey if Real Sociedad actually held their own. Real Sociedad was leading at the Bernabeu 3-1 before from nowhere. But we have already destroyed them already. Listen, people. I listened to the press conference of Ancelotti. Ancelotti said, yeah, it's a bad night, but stranger things have happened at the Bernabeu. Okay, it's Madrid. I don't know how to pronounce that word. Which is true. Madrid is Madrid. I know they'll come out flying next week, Wednesday. I know they'll come out attacking. They have the players to still hurt Arsenal. It's Madrid. It's Champions League Madrid. Champions League, a.k.a. Real Madrid. Stranger things have happened. We've seen that. We saw what happened at Anfield with Liverpool. I think it was 3-0, even with Messi and Salah did not play. We saw what happened. It's not over. But if Arsenal play with the same intensity, and please, if Arsenal play with the same intensity at Madrid, but I know it's going to be an explosive match on Wednesday. Like I told my friend, it's not over yet. Madrid fans knows that. There's no Madrid fan that will tell you it's over because they know it's Real Madrid. If it's any other club, we say it's over. Like it's done, dusted, throw it away. Just come on, go to the semi-finals. But it's Madrid. It's Real Madrid. Like Ancelotti, this is stranger things have happened at the Bernabeu. It's Madrid. So Arsenal has to be careful. Arsenal has to be very careful. Me saying Arsenal has to be careful. I don't know, bro. It's this is the first time that I've actually looked at Arsenal and I was like, what did Arteta just did with this team? Actually, it's in Arsenal's locker. Arsenal have not actually had a bad. I don't know how many times Arsenal have lost this season. It's no. I'll give it to Arsenal. But I was highly disappointed. I was really, really highly disappointed. Matter of fact, I bought a Real Madrid jersey. I don't even know, it's not here. I bought a Real Madrid jersey so I could wear, so I could taunt Arsenal fans. I couldn't even wear the jersey. I bought the jersey to make this video because in my head, Arsenal does not stand a chance. And I bought a jersey. The jersey came last night. But I can't even wear it. I bought a Real Madrid jersey, people, with a Mbappe at the back, which I had it. I can't wear that jersey, bro. And I bought that jersey so I could do a video and be like, Arsenal fans. No, Arsenal fans are like, it's weird. And they deserve it. Arsenal fans are the most loudest noisemakers in the history of football. And today, any Arsenal fans that makes any noise, you make that noise louder, you deserve it. I have not seen this quality of football in forever. Arsenal produced the most quality football I have seen. God knows when. I've been watching football for only 30-something years of my life. So we've seen a lot of quality football, yeah. But don't get me wrong, I can't remember, I can't place it. He said, what? 4 minutes, one. Arsenal keep chewing Real Madrid. And Declan Rice decided to pause, speed them out. Speed them out. And Merino, I spoke about Merino in my other channel. Unfortunately, my other channel. Please follow this channel. If you see me for the first time, I've seen me before. My other channel, Franco Record Sports, was disabled with IG. Sadly, it broke my heart. Over 13,000 followers, loyal followers. Please, if you're seeing this video, please follow because I lost that account. But I spoke about Merino in my other account that I lost. I was disabled. I spoke about Merino. I was like, there's something about this dude, bro. I like, where's his best position? But this guy keep producing. But Arsenal fans, the only disadvantage about this Merino, Kai Havertz scoring goals, Arteta might be like, maybe we don't need a striker. Maybe Merino and Havertz could actually do it again. Let's try Merino this time. Arsenal fans, you gotta be careful. Merino keep backing in goals. That happened with Kai Havertz. And Arsenal decided to stick with Kai Havertz instead of buying a striker. Arsenal fans, at the time I thought about it and be like, we tell Arsenal board, let's try Merino for another year. Let's just forget about buying a striker. Let's try Merino because I feel like Arteta actually is in love with a false nine. On code, he wouldn't say it, but you could see that man is in love. I think Arteta does not like an outright out and out striker. I don't think he likes. I think he likes a striker that could, fall deep, or you cannot predict, that defenders cannot predict. That has that movement around. But strikers have that. I think Arteta just don't like a number 9. Arteta likes the first 9. So Arsenal fans, be careful with this Merino performing. Arteta might decided to buy you guys a striker because of this guy. But this guy is performing, bro. Scoring week in, week out. The entire team, bro. Partey was unbelievable. Starboy Saka was incredible. Saka just keep blowing past 2, 3, 4, 5, dribbling past them. They had no answers for Saka. Saka was unbelievable. Arsenal really missed Saka, bro. Arsenal is so lucky. Saka came back at the right time. Saka was just too good for Real Madrid defense today. They're going to sleep. They'll be thinking about Saka. Everybody produced. Odegaard was fantastic. Martinelli was great. Everybody. Saliba, I don't even know. I didn't even see much of it because nobody was worrying Saliba. Timber, to me, Timber was excellent. Listen, I can't believe I'm sitting down here talking about Arsenal and how great they are, especially today. Because everybody that knows me know that I've been criticizing Arsenal from the day that they gave birth to me. I don't like Arsenal. I don't. Why? Not like Arsenal did anything to me. Because I have most of my friends are Arsenal fans, and for years we'll be bantering, and they don't want to give up. So I always want to be the one to be like, bro, did you see what just happened? But today they keep sending me messages, and I'll be like, I'll give it to you guys today. I bought a jersey just to support Real Madrid. Mbappe jersey. I have to return that jersey till next season. But the second leg is next week at Madrid at the Bernabeu. We know that stadium have seen the strangest things happen. That stadium have seen the most glamorous football ever. That stadium have seen the best performances from Real Madrid players and Real Madrid side. Countless. No, Real Madrid fans will be sad today, but they will wake up tomorrow and believe it's possible. We could take that game to extra time and beat Arsenal. I cannot wait for next week. I just wish I could just sleep and fast forward it to next week Wednesday. Whoo! I cannot wait. I don't know, man, but it's something telling me that Real Madrid is not playing. The fact is that, let me tell you, if Real Madrid have lost this game that they gave their best, but Arsenal just scored those 2 free kicks, just, run of play, scored 2 free kicks, Merino scored 3-0, we could have been like, Real Madrid stand a chance. But all Real Madrid players know that, Real Madrid fans know that for the past 3 months, Real Madrid has been winning games with luck and individual brilliance. They've not been playing well at all, and they've been conceding goals. They've just been bag of conceding goals. So, but we know that stadium have seen great things. I'm just confused, people. If it was 1-2-0, I'll be like, it is not over. This is Real Madrid that I know. But 3-0? Liverpool have done it when Liverpool was playing well. Madrid is not playing well. But the fact that Ancelotti could have given his team a chance to play football today. We all wanted to see a good football. Why do you want to attack? Why do you want to play a low block, a hit counter with Vinicius and Real Madrid? Who still plays for? Listen, only 2 teams still play 4-4-2 sometimes. And sometimes it works, but those 2 teams, the way they play is funny. Another team is Inter Milan. And you saw what Inter Milan did to Thuram and Arturo Martinez. You saw what Inter did to Bayern in Germany. That 4-4-2, only Ancelotti and Inzaghi plays 4-4-2 in world of football. No other teams play 4-4-2. And 4-4-2 is such old school way of playing football. It doesn't exist anymore. Ancelotti still thinks it was still in the early 2000s. But he works for Inzaghi. Listen, another thing I want to talk about, you guys, remember I spoke about that the match of this round is Inter-Bayern. It was an explosive game. Bayern won it, I think, at the 88th minute. That's another game that I cannot wait for next week, Wednesday, bro. It was a game. You're going to see the highlights of that game. What a goal from Arturo Martinez. That's his name, right? That man is another player that I'll be like, wait. I've asked questions so many times. What is Martinez still doing in Syria, in Inter Milan? It blows my mind. And everybody talks about getting Osimhen, Gyökeres. Nobody talks about this man. Martinez is too good. Martinez is unbelievably good. He is tearing Serie A apart, and he is tearing the Champions League apart. What a goal from outside foot. Good combination from Thuram. Martinez. And nobody's coming. I've asked that question. Listen, this guy has been producing for the last 3 seasons. Back to back. 4th season being consistent. And nobody's talking about Arturo Martinez. Nobody's talking about buying that man. Nobody, like Inter Milan, be like, thank God we had, I had a Drake saying, I wasn't hiding my kids from the world. I was hiding the world from my kids. Yeah, that's what Drake said, right? About when they were taunting about nobody, he was hiding his kid. Nobody knew he had a child, and blah, 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 blah. Inzaghi would be like, thank God I'm hiding Arturo Martinez from the world. That man is a £120 million player. I would take that man over Gyökeres any day, any time at Manchester United. But I'll take Osimhen over Martinez, though. But Martinez, if you don't know him, if you'll be like, what is Francis talking about? Go watch the highlights. What a goal today from the outside foot. And he's been doing it consistently for the 3 to 4 years. And I'll be asking questions about this man. Why is nobody asking questions about this man? Why is there nobody wants to get this man? This man deserves to. I think he loves, because I'm sure if he wants a transfer, he'll put a transfer and go. I don't know why Real Madrid is not coming for this guy. I don't know why English side is not coming for this guy, because he's an Argentine. He has the physicality. He has the strength. He has a center of gravity to play in the Premier League. He's like, what's his name? That Man City, Alvarez, that Man City sold to Atletico Madrid. But he is way better than Alvarez. The stats will tell you. So Inter Milan, Bayern, I can't come here. I wish I could come here to analyze that game, but I can't. But that is a game that you have to go watch. And I cannot wait for next week to see what happens at Milan, at San Siro. Bayern, Inter Milan, second leg. That game is still open. I thought you guys were going to be a game of the round. But, again, let's go back to Arsenal. Arsenal, congratulations. You dominated today. You played the best football I've ever seen from an English side in a very, very long time. Your quality was out of this world. You give us something that we haven't seen in football for a very long time. And you give us a game that other teams, will emulate and watch and learn from. The intensity today, you wanted it. It's like you wanted it 10 times more than Madrid. Manu was playing like they are Madrid. Whatever will always come clean and good in Champions League. But Arsenal wanted. Arsenal was so hungry, like Arsenal haven't ate in the last 10 years. Arsenal played the game like a team that haven't won a game of football in 50 years. Congratulations to Arsenal. But Arsenal, remember, I might still sit down here next week. Because Arsenal are the bottlers. So I might still sit down here and say Hala Madrid. What am I trying to say, people? It's definitely not over. This is just the first half. Peace. Up Gunners. I can't believe I'm saying that, but it is what it is.